leather gloves were slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts were working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
And we're here, Laughter Saves Lives, live on Strong Island Television at Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, Long Island, right by the railroad train station. It's a Chinese place there, an Italian place. They got good chicken parm. Brought to you by Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. Hello, John Santo.
Hello, Mr. Larocchia. How are you?
I am doing well.
Where are you? Where in the world is John Larocchia?
Where in the world is Johnny? Chicago.
Chicago. My kind of town.
It is my kind of town. You know, it's nice to be out on the road again. It's a feeling of one of those other feelings where, all right, we're getting through this COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you that I wasn't nervous getting on the plane.
Sure, I would be. It's a germ factory.
I was upgraded to first class.
Really?
Well, the way I looked at the chart, I think everybody was. There was nobody in the back.
Really?
I don't think the guy next to me appreciated. I had brought this little, look what I bought, a little Lysol, spray.
Right.
I sprayed him down too, not only the chair, because he had a bald head, so I sprayed his head. I wiped him down.
You wiped him down good?
And just because he's in first class, he thought he had like certain rights.
Nope.
It's not right. So the flight was nice.
So you were basically on a flight. I was on a flight like that once also going to Toronto where there were 12 people in first class and one person in all of coach.
Yeah, but Mr. Aviator, doesn't that throw off the balance of the plane?
It would, but I guess it was light enough that it wasn't, that because it wasn't full. If it was full and everybody went to the back half of the plane, I mean, I saw a 747 do this in high winds in an accident that occurred, and the slides were blowing in the wind and they couldn't slide down, so they all went to the back slides and the plane went like that.
Well, I can tell you this: not feeling tip top, a little bit of a cold and all that.
And you flew with a cold?
I know. Let me show you what kind of hotel I'm in. Let me show you. It's called The Wit. The Wit. Look at this sink. Can you see that sink?
Yeah.
It's 2 inches high and rectangle. Look at the soap. This is not a soap for a firefighter.
Nope.
This is like a fancy schmancy person. We don't need square soap, right?
Yep.
We don't need fancy stuff. Now, here's when you know you're in a nice hotel. You ready?
Go.
You get 2 free bottles of water, right?
Yeah. Do you have a bathrobe?
I don't have a bathrobe, but look at this water.
Oh, nice.
That's fancy stuff, right?
Fancy water.
Two of those for free they gave me, but look what's in the room. $6. $6.
Yeah.
It's
worse than the ballpark. It's worse than the ballpark.
I stayed in a hotel in Long Island with my family once, years ago. I said, come on, we'll go out east, stay in a hotel, we'll use the pool. I had one of those mini bars, and we hit it up hard, right? Before I realized what was going on. Now Cheapo here takes the kids to CVS and tries to replace the stuff we took out of the mini bar. But you know why I can't do that anymore? Because I haven't seen mini bars anyway. I haven't seen mini bars, come and think of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't stayed in a hotel in a while. You know when the last time I traveled anywhere was? When we went to spring training.
Oh. And our man Chili Davis got fired today.
Yeah, he got fired. The batting coach, hitting coach.
I got his cell phone number on my phone still.
Well, I wouldn't call him just now.
Well, I'm going to send him a message. Chili, hey, I wish you luck or something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a shame. He was a really nice guy, and he gave you some hitting tips at spring training, which is basically don't come to the plate.
Yeah, he said. I showed him my swing, and he said, "Yeah, don't ever play again." Why do they call? I know I asked you this already, probably, but I'm going to say it again because I'm in the Windy City.
Right?
Why do they call it the Windy City?
Because they have a lot of wind.
See, I thought you would know more than that. Knowing you with all the trivia, I thought you would know the answer.
Isn't that the answer?
That's not the answer. I mean, you can look it up and maybe combat this answer. But from what I understand, years ago, the politicians would change their opinions or parties like the wind.
Oh, Chicago, very dirty town in terms of corruption.
What? Yeah.
I saw the Untouchables. I know.
So that's why I think it was. I don't know. I don't want to put Bobby in the spot. Bobby, you have any of my pictures ready from Chicago that I took today at the Fire Academy? Rich history with the Chicago Fire Department.
Yeah, that's why Backdraft was made there.
I have them ready.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
They worked very hard. Look at this. Now, I didn't know this. This is in the lobby of the Fire Academy. The famous 18 Mrs. O'Leary fire where the cow kicked the light over, right?
Right.
That location is where the Fire Academy is now.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? And this plaque is in the lobby. There's the plaque, 1871. I said 1818. I was a generation off. 1871. That's right in the lobby. I found that very interesting. Very interesting. You know how I am with that little trivia thing.
Sure.
I also, there he is, right in front of the academy. They have a nice piece of art. And
is that a flame? Is that a flame? Looks like a flame.
No. You see the nice piece of art, and look what's in front of it. A nice piece of Italian. Look at that. Look at that. You want a piece of that? You want a piece of that, guy?
Oh, boy.
No. Oh, see, look at that.
Selfie.
That's too much Larocchia right there.
Too much.
A lot of Larocchia.
Yeah. I have a question for you. A little question, a little problem.
Okay.
There was a kid in my grandson's class last week who peed in his pants by accident. Okay?
Okay.
Now, you're going to appreciate this. I know I did. The reason he peed in his pants, and he explained it very well, they were going out to the playground, and he knew he had to pee. But he felt that if he went to the bathroom, he may miss the playground.
Mm-hmm.
So he risked it to go on the slides and couldn't make it and peed in his pants. I respected that. I said, hey, give it a shot, And then I was thinking, are there things in my life that I would risk peeing in my pants for?
Okay.
Maybe even pooping. I don't know. I don't want to get gross.
Right.
And then, absolutely. Me and Santo are at Citi Field. I got a pee last inning. No hitter going on. 2-2. DeGrom on the hill. I'm peeing in my pants.
Well, I'll tell you why that's likely, because a lot of people are still going to be there. And as soon as the game ends, the line for the bathroom is going to be really long.
Worth it.
And you're not going to make it.
It's worth it.
Especially on a cold night. You're not going to make it. You're in your pants. But hopefully I didn't drive that night because I don't want you in my car with pissy pants. No offense.
Good point. I'm really one of the finest slices of pizza around. I'm not eating a lot of carbs right now. If there was a long line and I couldn't get to the bathroom, I would risk it, I think, to get that slice of pizza.
Oh, I almost forgot. May the 4th be with you. This is Star Wars Day today.
I'm not into that at all.
You're not into Star Wars?
You know what? I'm not a fan.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
No,
I
don't know. I just had a little soup for my cold. Got a little soup.
What kind of soup did you have? Minestrone?
Chicken soup from one of the local joints. There's a lot of joints around here. I paid for protection this morning.
Protection?
Yes. We're starting very early. We're starting at 8 a.m. Now we're starting at 7 tomorrow. 8 a.m. and I went to Dunkin' Donuts to get some tea, and there was a guy outside, kind of shaking me down. So I said, when I leave, I will give you something. So I felt like I paid for protection.
Where exactly in Chicago are you?
I'm on State Street and something else.
That's very specific. Are you in the crappy area or the nice area?
Well, I'm in the nice area, I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know the difference. It's a lovely area. Listen, I don't have any time. I got to get up, come back, I take a shower, go to bed, I eat a little something. I'm working hard.
You flew into O'Hare?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm working very hard, though. I say that because I know my wife is watching.
So when I used to go on business trips, and my children were like infants. I very quickly learned not to get overly descriptive about how much I was enjoying my trip.
Yes.
Like I was in the Marriott and I had a bathrobe with the Marriott, the JW Marriott logo in gold.
I got you.
And I ordered room service. I ordered the steak and used my expense account to have a nice meal. And and she was saying the kids are throwing up on the couch. So I learned quickly not to say. And I had a view of the Lincoln Memorial in my hotel.
No.
And I learned very quickly not to embellish.
Well, here's one of my famous ones. I'm in California, riding a bicycle on Muscle Beach.
Oh, fantastic! I love Muscle Beach. Fantastic.
Right? And many people are saying, as I'm riding my bike, what's your workout routine? What's your workout routine, John? But I couldn't be bothered with that. My wife calls. It's the middle of the winter. Oh, it snowed 2 feet. We're out here shoveling, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't even stop the bike. I'm listening. I'm riding the bike. Oh, my God, honey, I hope everything's going to be all right.
All right.
Hung up the phone. I go, the daughter of Rosie. So I was riding my bike. It's not right. It's not right.
Now, when you were in Muscle Beach, I was in Muscle Beach once. And when I was there, I benched 250 pounds. Wow. I sat on the bench.
Sat on the bench. Very nice.
Muscle Beach. It was fantastic.
Well, what I do is I tell my kids what I do every time I go into a gym. I tell them Johnny's here, right? I look for the biggest guy, punch him in the face. Johnny's back, baby. I haven't gone into a gym. I'm still a little twitchy about going into the gym.
I think everything is pretty much opening up.
Oh yeah, but I'm not ready to go to the gym. I'm not ready. I got my rope. I got my tennis partners. I keep working out.
Yeah, we had fun playing tennis.
We did.
But you know what though, John? You were on a crowded airplane, and I think that the airplane, risk-wise for COVID, even though you're vaccinated, I don't know what the gym versus the plane is in terms of risk.
Well, I had to go away to work. I had to go away to work.
No,
I'm going to wait till Wednesday and get the COVID test on Wednesday when I get home.
And what's interesting, just because you were on a riskier thing doesn't mean exposure to a secondary risky place is a good idea, because now you've been exposed to 2 places that are risky.
Right. And even more of a gambler, I'm buying an egg sandwich at Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast tomorrow.
They're pretty good, the egg sandwiches, I think. Yeah. They don't have breakfast in the hotel. You're the president. You should have room service.
We're leaving so early.
Omelet. They should have it ready at 6 a.m. As soon as you awake, you go like this, and there's a knock at the door. We have your omelet, Mr. Larocchia.
No, we're getting up before breakfast.
What hotel are you in again? What's the name of the hotel?
The Wit.
The Wit.
W-I-T. The Wit by Hilton.
The Wit. Now you're a witty guy, so that hotel makes sense.
Hold on, I got it. So we before we go, what did the Mets do last night, by the way?
Not good.
Not good.
They lost 6-5, and now DeGrom is injured, so that's a problem. Anytime you hear DeGrom in tests, I get nervous.
I love different fans. I'm walking through Walgreens, and they sell alcohol in Walgreens out here, wine and a whole section.
You have to drink if you're from the Midwest.
So I'm walking through Walgreens, and I see the security guard has on a Yankee hat.
In Chicago?
Yeah. I go, bro, are you kidding me? I go, I got to look at a Yankee hat in Chicago? And from the back, I go, yeah, they suck. And a guy with a Boston Red Sox hat, he's yelling, yeah, they suck. So I love the makes fist.
You sound terrible. You should not.
Talk amongst yourself.
You should be in a hospital.
Well, I got lozenges and all kinds of stuff.
Zinc. You got to take zinc. 50 milligrams of zinc every day and 50 milligrams of D3.
Let's go to a commercial break.
Okay, commercial.
We'll be back.
I figured I'd jump on while he was coughing, just in case we needed to.
We'll be back with Butch singing some melodies.
Great.
Let's go to commercial.
We'll be back.
My name is Dr. Timothy Coakley. I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician who proudly served in the United States Navy for 30 years. After I retired, I became a systems medical director for several emergency departments. Recently, I've been evaluating a life-saving technology called LifeVac. It is a non-powered, non-invasive suction device that can aid in a choking tragedy. I found it 100% effective, easy to use, and no adverse side effects. Choking is the leading cause of accidental death worldwide. 5,000 people choke to death every year. A child will choke to death once every 5 days. This life-saving technology needs to be in every home, school, restaurant, ambulance, and emergency department. Protect your family from a choking tragedy. Learn more at www.lifevac.net.
And we're back.
John's making a phone call, so we'll wait till he's done with his phone call, and then we'll bring John back in. So what were we? Oh, we were talking about the Mets. They're not having a good year so far.
It's a little early, but I'm a little worried about the lack of offense, and that's they replaced the hitting coach today. I was going to talk about this last week. I've got all the analytics on DeGrom. Now look how bad my charts are. I had these in the back of my car since last week, so I wouldn't forget them. My son threw a wet baseball bag in the trunk and ruined my charts.
All right, Larocchia is back. I see the number. I'll call her.
All right. Should we bring Kyler on now?
No, we should not. Let's just talk. Talk amongst yourselves.
Any flyers ready, Bobby? May 15th, 22nd, and 28th. Let's throw them up. We are doing a benefit on the 15th for, what is the 15th? The 15th is NYPD Canine Unit. That's the old flyer.
That's going to be a rough show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Our goal is to get the logo of Laughter Saves Lives on the side of a bulletproof vest for one of the doggies.
Nice.
That's the new one, right, John?
Yeah, the one with Eddie. Yeah, that's the
one Butch sent me today, so that's good.
We got Rich Walker, we got Mary Kennedy from LA, Shameless, and retired police officer from Yonkers, and Marine, and part of the Laughter Saves Lives Heroes Tour, Eddie Clark. Mary is a teacher. She'll be on the Heroes Tour. Santo was a paramedic, not a paramedic, a what?
EMT, CC, and a volunteer firefighter.
He is on the Heroes Tour. So what other flyers do we got there, Bob? That's the 15th. There we go. There's Santo.
The Empire. They've gone to Plaid.
May 22nd, the Laughter Saves Lives Almost Gala. Watch, make a donation. There's no charge for the show. 4 hours. We got comics from all over the country.
That show is 4 hours?
4 hours. Oh, I think Bobby didn't know that. Bobby just fell off his chair.
Yeah, I didn't know it was 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 American hours?
Yes. 4 hours of laughs, singing, and Santo will be wearing a Speedo. It's a beach theme.
Let's hope it's not 4 biblical hours.
Yeah, for humanitarian reasons, I'm not going to wear a Speedo.
May 28th is the leukemia. We're working with Brandon, raising some money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Are you on that show, John?
No, but I was tested for lymphoma in the 90s, so anything I can do to help that, in the future, I would love to.
All right, let's get an update from our producer.
Okay, so Donna has an issue because she only has Apple products and all she has is Safari. StreamYard does not work with Safari, so we're going to get it straightened out and we will have her on next week. But if Bobby has the painting that she has,
oh yeah,
we could put that up and there it is.
Wow.
Isn't that something that the producer should work out in advance with our guests?
It was in the email.
StreamYard does work with Safari, so it's just.
Yes, I know. I know. She just got a brand new Mac and she's not quite sure how to use it. But anyway, there's the lovely painting that she's donating for auction for our Almost Gala.
That's beautiful.
I love it. It is a beautiful painting. It's doing $600,000 at least, American.
How are we going to auction this? How are we going to do this, Butch?
How are we going to do what?
We're going to auction it?
Yeah, we're going to auction it off. We're going to have a couple items that we're auctioning. We have to talk to our friend, Mr. Steiner. Bobby, you can kill that picture now. Thank you. We're going to talk to Mr. Steiner. He promised us a nice item.
He promised us a Mario Rivera glove.
Yes, he did. And he will come through. So, yeah, absolutely. And we've got a couple other things that we're working on also.
All right.
I can tell you, as a former student of the arts, that painting will go for over $100,000.
All right, listen. Why don't we start the minimum bid right now? Why don't we make like a minimum bid?
10,000.
What should we start at? $200?
Yeah, so how much? 200?
Yeah.
No, 250. 250.
All right, John says 250.
In fact, I'll give you 500 cash.
250. John, are you bidding 250, or are you saying that's what the bid should start at?
No, I'm bidding 250.
Are you really?
Yeah, you know what? Make it 300. I want it. Give it to me for 300.
Well, that's the starting bid, 300.
I'm saying you should start the bidding at 250. I can't buy a painting.
Okay. So we'll start it at 250.
250 at least.
Well, somebody's got to officially start the bid. You can't just start it. So,
Bobby, you want to start it? Bobby,
I'll start it at $100. That's all I got. $100. I'll start the bid.
Oh, we're bidding it right now. I thought we're bidding
we're starting it right now. So,
through the gala. Through
the gala. So, if anybody wants to bid, they can email us at through the website. Send an email through the website, your number, and we will talk to Jonathan, and we will put the item up and have the bidders listed as well.
All right, so Bobby started the bid at 100. Thank you, Bobby.
No problem.
We just got a bid from the Saudi royal family for $1.4 million.
Oh boy. Are we gonna bring in Kyler or go to another commercial?
Let's go to commercial, Bobby, and then we will bring in the amazing Kyler Carter.
Hi, I'm Michael Barish, managing partner of Barish, McGarry, Salzman & Penson. We are honored to represent over 11,000 people in the 9/11 community. The people who work at my law firm can really relate to what the 9/11 community is going through because they're going through it too.
So my dad's name was Billy Gormley, and he was a fireman on 9/11.
My father also was a firefighter, and he did report down there as well on 9/11.
My dad, Alan, worked on the 104th floor of the second tower. He was an IT technician.
My father was a fire inspector.
My husband, his name is David Velez. He was a detective with the NYPD, And if I can help anybody that is going through exactly what I have gone through for the last 17, 18 years and make their life just a little bit better, then you know what? I love coming to work every single day.
You know, this is a genuine office. Like, people are really sincere.
The best part of my job is the clients. Every once in a while you'll hear in their voice how grateful they are for the work that we do.
We take this personally, and we will not rest unless we help everybody we can before this victim compensation fund ends in 2 years. And we will be fighting to get this thing extended past 2020, because cancer isn't going to stop afflicting the 9/11 community.
Barish and McGarry. We love Barish and McGarry.
I have pronounced the name properly now for 4 weeks in a row. But
Yes, you have. It's amazing. So let me just give a little bit of a brief history of how I know Kyler. I don't know Kyler that well. We just talked for a little bit the other night, but Kyler's mom and I went to high school together.
I saw her picture. She looks much younger than you.
Well, obviously. But so Kyler's mom, Beth, and I talked a little bit, and I've been following Kyler for a while now. He's an absolutely amazing young man, and I saw his first stand-up set, and I thought it was awesome, but there's so much more to Kyler that we need to talk to him beforehand, and he needs to tell us all about his incredible life. So with that, I am going to bounce out. Kyler is on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen of the Laughter Saves Lives live community, welcome to the show, Kyler Carter.
Welcome, Kyler Carter. Kyler, you're sitting in the other room. Why are you so far away from the camera?
I'm sorry?
No, it looks like you're sitting in the other room.
No. I am as close as I can be to my camera.
All right. Thank you for taking the time to come on, Kyler. You're an amazing young man.
Thank you for having me tonight. It's great to be here.
Go ahead.
No, I said it was great to be here, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
So, can you, in a nutshell, and you don't have to, but you've had let's call it a struggle, an interesting life, came through a lot. Tell us a little bit about your situation medically.
It wasn't that bad, only life-threatening and a couple rough patches, but things have been going a little bit better. I was diagnosed with primary immunodeficiency. It's a disease that affects your B cells and your T cells, which are two of the main ingredients in helping your body fight off other diseases. Okay. So it's kind of like half the time it's like a civil war where all my cells are just fighting against each other, and then everything just kills itself, and then I have to get donor cells from other people. So I get plasma infusions once a week subcutaneously in my legs for about 2.5 hours, and then some things that came from that were it's a disease called POTS. It's a disease with my blood pressure and my heart, and then HATS, which is a sort of nerve disease, and then I have autonomic nervous system dysfunction, which makes me shake a lot, so it's hard to do art, but I still manage to do it. Lately I've been getting a lot more active. I used to be in the hospital all the time, wasn't going to school, getting taken by the ambulance at school, but now it's been going uphill.
Well, good. We like to hear that. So tell us a little bit about how you're using the art.
So I use most of my art just as a kind of way to spend my time, because most of my time during the day I'd say is spent in my room. As you can see, all around my room I've spray painted on the walls. I have drawn on the walls, and all of my art is inspired around me. I have desks full of art supplies. There's stuff all next to my bed, but everything I do basically is draw and draw some more. So a lot of my art was inspired from just me kind of sitting in my room being bored, and then I thought, oh, I could create an idea. So I started making merchandise. I make all sorts of things. I make phone cases, hats, clothing, you name it. I do it, and I make all my designs. They're none taken. Everything I draw here, I take photos, edit them, and just cut out the backgrounds of the photos, and then put them on my products. One of the designs I just finished was this.
All right. And does that go all under that Trippy and Drippy?
Yes.
So what's that website?
It's trippyandrippy.com. So it's trippy.com.
Awesome.
I got a loan for my website. I worked on it for about a year. I finally bought my the name, and I started up. I got some good sales, and I'm doing good.
Good for you. Good for you. We have to help you get that that name out there somehow. Butch has to brainstorm, and we have to work together on something so we can help you with what you're doing. I hear you want to design something for Laughter Saves Lives. Yes?
Yes.
I'd love to work with you on that.
I would too. I
put the website in the comments for anybody watching on Facebook. It's in the comments now.
You are.
No, but my website has been it's been going good. Sales went up and down, but no matter that, everything, I don't make much profit on it, but I just want to get it out there. Everything's pretty cheap. It's not $60 for a t-shirt that looks like some designer brand that doesn't feel comfortable.
Right.
Everything is cheap. It feels comfortable, but yeah, I'm really excited to be here tonight, and I can't wait to just entertain everyone.
Well, let's say inexpensive. Let's say not cheap. Let's say inexpensive. That sounds better than cheap.
Yeah, I guess cheap is the wrong word. Cheap is like China printing and then coming over here in a box that's probably too small for it. So.
All right, so I have a bone to pick with you.
Yeah.
John and I are old. Okay? We're out there trying to do stand-up comedy, and now I hear you're trying to take some of our stage time away.
A little bit. I'll only take half of your show from you. Maybe in a couple of years I'll be running it instead of you, John. So yeah.
I hope so, my friend. I hope so.
Well, you have to get to the show 7 hours in advance. Yeah, John.
Are you going to come on our gala on May 22nd? Let's advertise some of your stuff on the gala. Do a little comedy. Even though you're going to do some tonight, do a little that night. It's probably going to be a little bit of a different audience, so we could go over some of this again. But let's get some pictures of some more of your stuff for that night.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Mr. Trippy and Drippy.
Trippy and Drippy.
That sounds like my grandson's TV show, Dirty and Stinky. Did you ever hear that? Dirty and Stinky. It's a garbage truck. No, Stinky. It's a whatever it is. All right, Butch. Can we do some stand up now with Kyle?
We can wait a little bit. We still got a lot to talk about. First of all, he belongs on this show. Kyler, talk a little bit about the history in your family as far as first responders.
Well, I just have a little list. It's a couple of pages that I had to print out. No biggie. My entire family, my dad's side was first responders, and so my uncle Michael, Mike Carter, he's right now a fireman. He's active with the Pauling, New York Fire Department.
Okay.
And then so I have a cousin too. His name's Tyler Nielsen. He's an Army combat engineer, and he's stationed in Texas. He was all around the world. He was in Hawaii for a little bit. And then my uncle Jack, he was a New York City police officer from 1963 to 83 at the 42nd precinct. And then my cousin Joseph, Joseph Landy. He was a New York City police officer from 62 to 85 at the 48th.
Yes.
And then my uncle Mike DeRosa was a New York State trooper, actually, from 1960 to 85. And then my uncle Thomas Carter, he is a retired U.S. Army captain. He was a paratrooper and one of the trainers.
But wait, there's more. How far back do you go, Kyler?
And then my great-grandfather, Thomas Jefferson Carter, was a New York City fireman in the early 1900s in the Bronx. And as were his brothers, they were all in there. Abraham Carter, George Carter, and Frank Carter.
Wow.
And yeah, I have tons of family that goes way back.
I see that. Well, you belong here with us. You belong here with us.
I may be born in Florida, but I still root for New York all the time. I'm a big Yankees and Giants fan. At my father's house, my entire room has got Yankees merchandise going back to the 1940s.
Who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite
My favorite player? That's a hard one. I'd either say Derek Jeter or Mickey Mantle.
Wow, you go back. Very good. I like that you.
I have a signed ball from Chapman, and then I have a home run ball from Aaron Judge. I have merchandise from plates to baseball bats to baseballs.
Oh wow!
Everything.
I'm gonna give you a signed baseball that has Mickey Mantle's signature on it. I signed it. Mickey Mantle's name.
Maybe I could go on Pawn Stars. We'll say it's real, and then give me a couple grand.
Kyler, these guys who are above you, they like that other team in New York.
The Mets. Oh, my dad's a big Mets fan. Don't get me started about the Mets. They're doing good. I'll give them that. They're playing good. They're playing a lot better than the Yankees. What I expected from the Yankees this year was going to be a Bugs Bunny cartoon of just guys walking around the bases, hitting home runs left and right. But it's just been strike 1 to 3 every single game. So
it's early.
Yeah.
It's early, Kyler. All right, Butch. Can we do the shtick now? Or you want to do commercial and then the shtick?
We can do shtick now if he wants.
You want
you guys?
How do you like to be introduced, Kyler? John Santo is going to introduce you as who, John? Who do you want to introduce him?
I'll introduce him as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice. What's your intro, Kyler? Give me your intro.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he's going to introduce you as Arnold, but how do you want him to introduce you? You know, first time comic, whatever.
I'd say very underexperienced comic that can be funny, but most of the time doesn't have many laughs, and then at the same time has his own business.
I like it. Go ahead, Arnold.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, making his Laughter Saves Lives debut. He's a very fantastic comedian. He's 14, I think, years old or something like this, and he's already a superstar in show business. He has his own business, and he's now in show business. Please welcome Kyler Carter.
Hello. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing, Kyler?
I am doing well. So, with my whole disease, even before COVID, I had to wear a mask. So at school, nobody really knew who I was. Everybody just kind of knew me as, oh, that's the kid that wears the mask. So when COVID hit, everybody started wearing a mask. Everybody just seemed to walk around. Nobody noticed me anymore because everyone was like, oh, that's that kid, not the mask kid. So one day at the playground, even before COVID hit, I was playing with some guy. We were playing basketball, and then the next day I said, "Hey," and I didn't have my mask on at the time. Says, "Who are you?" Said, "You know that weird kid at the basketball court with the mask on?" She's like, "Yeah, that was me. That was me the whole time." Nobody noticed me, but then when COVID hit, I was like, "You know that weird kid with the..." Oh. I couldn't use that line anymore because everybody wore a mask, but I could still use the weird line because that was all perfect. So one of my favorite shows was Batman, and I loved watching Batman, and one of the villains' name is Bane. So one of my quotes was, "Nobody cared who I was until I put the mask on." And now I'm like, everybody cared who I was until I put the mask on. So with wearing a mask and with my disease, everything's been kind of rough. I have to do infusions, and infusions hurt. But you know what hurts even more than infusions? Reality TV. Reality TV is not like reality. One of my favorite shows to watch is Dr. Phil. I don't watch it because it's interesting and I learn so much. I watch it because of the people that's on there. Dr. Phil, he's a doctor. He's been trying to get his doctorates for 10 years now in psychology. Yeah, it's a 1-year course. Dr. Phil, he has an excuse for everything. If your child's doing something wrong, he just tells you, go to the ranch. What? Your child gets $10,000 a month and he's spoiled? Send them to the ranch. Every excuse. What? Your child's killing animals on a daily basis and needs medication? Send them to the ranch with more animals. He owns the ranch. He owns the ranch, and then he just gives everybody, let's go to the ranch, and then makes millions off of TV. I could do that. I could say, let's go to the backyard. I also watch a show called 90 Day Fiancé, where usually it's a guy from America that flies halfway across the country, most likely to Asia, to meet a very pretty Chinese lady, gives her a ring and then a couple $1,000, and then she pawns the ring the next day and says, no thank you. He leaves, and then he does it again next month. It's interesting. It is very interesting. You can make fun of all those people, but you know what I love making fun of? Politicians. You can still agree with people that are politicians or people that are running for president, but you can also still make fun of them. It's my favorite part about everything. It's hard to do jokes now because everybody takes it so literally, but I don't. I don't take anything literally. Donald Trump and Joe Biden, two very magnificent people. Two very magnificent people who have their flaws and their doubts. On one hand, Donald Trump doesn't know how to shut up, and then on the other hand, Joe Biden doesn't know when to speak. So you'll see on one hand, China is very bad. It's the China virus hit me very hard, very bad, very, very bad. Mr. Trump, why do you call it the China virus? That's not correct. It's COVID-19. Where did it come from? China. What is it? A virus. And then on the other hand, Joe Biden is trying to get 2 words out of his mouth. Thank you very much. If I say anything else, I'm gonna get in trouble. Thank you. Have a good night. But so you got all these stereotypes, and then of course you can make other jokes like, what's one thing Donald Trump and a drug dealer can say? To my friends and family, you'd be happy to know I'm running again this year. No, that joke, probably should have tried that on the road. Some jokes work out, some don't, but you can always make them into something funny.
Tell me about it.
Stereotypes are pretty funny. At my church, for some reason, there's always, at every church, not just my church, at every single church, there's always that one southern, really religious lady. And everybody has one at their church. How you doing, Kyler? You ready to praise the Lord today? Well, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. So she's like, oh, thank you, Lord. If I was on the ground and I got a stab wound and I'm bleeding out there, instead of helping me or calling somebody, she'd be on the ground praying for me, saying, take the sins out of the body, Lord, and send them into heaven. Send them into heaven. I mean, that's just one stereotype. And then, of course, you got Chick-fil-A. There's always somebody at my church at Chick-fil-A. It seems like Chick-fil-A is just another church. Chick-fil-A, they're closed on Sundays. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if I was in the drive-thru line and I just heard, "Hi, this is Jesus. How may I take your order today?" And then I roll up to the window. He's like, "Yep, I get free chicken on Sunday if I work during the weekends." It's exactly like that. It is exactly like that.
God.
You know, and then of course you got your Gen Z Starbucks with the millennials that don't know how to spell your name. You know, if you've ever been to Starbucks, which you most likely have not, because most of you are over 30. So, you know, most guys are too scared to go in there, only because they're scared of all the looks that the millennials give them. They're like, "What? You ordered a coffee and not a grande latte mocha? What?" You know, I always give them my name, but I always give it something incorrect that does not fit my personality. I'll give them like a tech support guy's name, like, "Hello, this is Camila Habiba Bob. Camila as in camel, Habiba Bob as in corn on the cob, and how may I help you today, sir?" You know, and she's so confused. And then on the phone, like, "Oh, well, you have to give me your debit and credit card, sir. Thank you very much. No, Linda, take the 10 children out of the room. The camels can stay. He poops once. The children has to poop each different time. Thank you, sir. I'll be right back with you. You'll just have to send me all your information and $10,000 in cash to this residency." And then the lady will just be like,
Hey, Kyler.
"Yeah."
Where have you done stand up? Where have you gone?
So I did improv for about 7 years. I did improv.
How could you do 7 years?
I did improv for a while. I
Right.
didn't do it for 7 years, but I've been like doing it on and off.
Right.
My
amazing.
improv teacher was Mr. Cobb, Stephen Cobb. No, but he was very good. And then I did my first stand-up gig at a church competition up in Orlando. And that's where my mom posted it, and Butch saw me. He said, "Oh, this kid's got some talent. He's okay. Maybe we can get him for a couple of views." And then
sorry.
and yeah, I
Wait a
didn't.
second. Maybe we could get him for a couple of views. Did you just say?
Yeah.
Couple of views.
You know,
Hey, Tyler, you like Bane from Batman?
yeah.
All right. I want you to say, was getting caught part of your plan?
Somewhat. You
Yeah,
know, I would have won that competition if I didn't go over time.
Oh.
I could talk to the judge, Skylar, and tell them things are going according to plan. How much time does Tyler need?
Well, I'm
like Bane too.
Well,
How was my
didn't
Bane?
win,
Was
so
it good?
I'm sorry?
How was my Bane impression? Was it good?
It was okay. Could need a little bit of practice. Could need some practice. I
We got Don Rickles Jr.
a lot
over
of
here.
money for, and their also initials are K and C, and they live at my address. So if you ever want somebody to teach you about that Bane voice, give them a call and
Okay.
maybe a couple of bills. So
I will give back my Emmy until I take those lessons.
yeah, well, I did very well at the competition, but I have a big mouth and didn't know how to shut up, just like Donald Trump, and I went over time.
Well,
Yeah,
You know, we have.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this straight. Was it a church competition?
Yes.
All right. So, Kyler, you have an interesting background medically and all that, and you go in there and you do stand up, and they bounce you.
Yeah, I lost because I went over a couple of seconds over time. It's not like I went 2 minutes over.
Did they give you a light at least?
No.
To let you know. See, these are not professional.
Anything. I went all the way out to Orlando. I competed for the competition, and then I only went over a couple 3 minutes.
Oh,
you know, it's not that bad. But
now,
there's a lot of
Kyler, see the guy down at the bottom in the Mets uniform. He happens to be famous for his Donald Trump.
Well, he may have a new contender. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he would.
I think you're doing a fantastic job, the best job. I loved your Joe Biden impression. I thought that was the best Biden I've ever seen.
I think I might hand that impression. After hearing that, I think I might give the crown to you.
I started at your age, so I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, and I
keep doing the impressions. You're hilarious.
I do a lot of impressions, and my favorite one, of course, is my New York impression. My dad's right now; he's watching.
Do it.
And I'm in waste management, Ma. I'm not in the mob. I'm in waste management. I take care of things. Okay, Mom? Okay. I'm okay.
You are an inspiration, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I try my hardest, and I'm really glad I got this opportunity, and thank you for having me.
Hey,
we're going to have you back.
Open for you at some point when we come to Florida. Can we open for you?
Yeah, we're going to have you back.
I'll have to see if my schedule's open.
He's amazing.
And Butch is going to talk to you about that shirt. That sweatshirt is something we'll do for Laughter Saves Lives.
Let's give him a stand. Everybody on Facebook, let's get those applause things for God. That's amazing.
Well, no, I thank you very much. And I had to pass up a huge opportunity to be here. I passed up a $10,000 deal just to be here. So I really appreciate it. And now, yeah.
Is that your door?
Maybe. And then there's definitely not a sign that says authorized personnel only on the bottom.
And what does the top say?
It says just pretend I'm not here. Because I do school during the day. A lot of school.
All right, we got to get going. Kyla, thank you so much. Get some homework done.
It's Trippy and TRIPPYANDRIPPY.com.
Yes.
Trippyandrippy.com.
Check it
there
out.
we go. It's on the screen because our crack producer Bobby is always on the job. Great job, Tyler.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Tyler.
Well, as Kyler bows out, that was amazing.
That was amazing. He's incredible.
He is energetic, funny, talented, and an inspiration. There's nothing else you could say. I mean, he has such a great attitude.
When we go back to Florida, can we put him on a show?
Sure.
I think we have to.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, like it won't be past his bedtime, right? We can put him on a show.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
All right.
It's past my bedtime.
Well, we're gonna have to. He might be the headliner. I mean, he was great.
He really was. He was hysterical. Just a real natural timing.
Perfect.
May 15th is our
and the material's brilliant. He had brilliant material.
Yeah. Good writing.
John, when are you? Because I keep forgetting, and I know I have it written down. When are you going to be on the Suki and Scott show?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Next week,
I think the 13th, right? Wednesday the 13th.
Yeah,
Wednesday the 13th, he'll be on. John will be on the Suki and Scott show to talk about our show on the 15th, and also our almost gala on the 22nd.
To the nicest people in the media.
They're great. I was on the show once. I loved it. I had a blast. Great show. Thank you, Butch, for getting me on there. And John, enjoy that. You're going to have a great time on that show.
I will be heading home Friday morning on the 6:45 a.m.
Oh, geez. Well, don't get everybody on the plane sick.
Let's say good night.
And tell our friends over at the Chicago Fire Department we said hello.
All right. Take care, guys.
Good night, everybody. Great job.
Chicago says good night.
Chicago.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball, play ball.